morning. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's getting cold up here in Flagstaff, but I told myself I'm in detention until I can finish completely that script. Okay, because when I get back to Tucson, I need to start formulating and organizing a POC. So I'm stuck here until it's done. I have one more pass to go through just to keep you updated. So I'm here. I won't let myself go. But it is getting cold. Yeah, let me put up got my sweater on. This is my favorite sweater. I have a letter here. Let's talk van life, not just weather. Although weather is a huge part of van life. But I have a letter from Marissa. I wanted to ask your opinion on what you think about the difference between buying a minivan like a Toyota Sienna, oh yeah, those sound good, versus a Class B RV, maybe a road truck for full-time van life. I'm right at the crossroads, by the way, both, and I would love your input. Okay. I'm not an expert on vehicles. Plus, I will be traveling with my small dog, who's very adaptable. Many, many thanks for your help. Okay, Marissa, let's talk about what is a Class B. You know, a lot of you do not know the distinctions between RVs. RVs have total build-outs in them. There's stoves and probably a shower, a toilet. You know, there's tanks for water, and then there's tanks to hold gray water from your sinks, doing dishes, things like that, and then there's black water from flushing the toilet. Okay. Now, a Class A are the big buses, like the Greyhound buses. A Class C is sort of the same, only they're built totally different, but they had that cab over, like, here's your van. Well, here's where you sit to drive. There's a cab over that goes over it, and you can sleep up there. It's pretty cool. But they're built different. They really are. They're not all built solidly. A Class C it's almost like this square has been lowered onto the chassis or whatever they call it. I'm not an expert on vehicles. I'm kind of winging it here. But yeah, it sort of sits on top. So in my opinion, from what I've seen in the 8 years that I've been a nomad, that the Class C's fall apart really easy. They don't have the same foundation, the same build. Then you've got the Class B, which you asked about. A Class B is basically a van. It's a huge van, like an Econoline van, only different. They're more solid, and they've got a lot of intricacies in there. There's, I think they've got a bedroom in the back. It's already built in. The electrical system is totally different because it really is built as a home. It's already built in. Okay. I do believe that a Mercedes Sprinter is considered a Class B. I do believe. But they look interesting. I mean, I've been inside of a Class B before. They seem pretty cool. They're expensive, but they're already built out. It's a build out. They've got sinks. They've got like I said, I think most of them have a very small bathroom, a toilet. And yeah, I mean, it seems like it'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind traveling in a Class B for a while. I don't think I'd want to do it for the long haul. A Toyota Sienna is a good choice also. I mean, they have, the newer ones, they have hybrids, which is gas and electric. So I actually was thinking about my next minivan to be a Toyota Sienna hybrid. Yeah. But here's the thing between both of them. You have an adorable little dog. I imagine he's very little. He could handle being in a minivan very easy, very easy. So the difference between a Class B and even a Mercedes Sprinter. It sounds like money is no option. That's why you're thinking of both. And Toyota Siennas are not cheap. So if you can afford a Class B, I might go that way. It'd be easier for your dog. And I wouldn't imagine they're that hard to park in a city if you want to do the city every once in a while. It really depends on what you want, what your style is going to be of van life. Are you just going to be a city dweller? Are you going to do both? Do you want to do a lot of traveling across the country, see all the national parks? A Class B would be pretty cool. I might go that route if money is no option. Personally, if you want, for me, I like the minivan because I can park anywhere and nobody notices me. Nobody notices me. They really don't. I mean, I can park inside of a city, on a street, whatever, and I don't get bothered. A Class B, you might get looked at a little bit more than a minivan. So let me know what your decision is. But you do have that option with Toyota Siennas, that you do have the option of dual. Yeah, you have the option of it being gas and electric. It's a hybrid. And I think that's pretty darn cool. Yeah. You know, there's a place in Flagstaff, there's a couple of them, that you can power up your hybrid for free. You just plug it in. The city offers it for free. They're hard to come by because there's usually somebody there using it. But yeah, I mean, you can do it that way. So yeah, let me know what your decision is. There's a lot going on in van life. It's becoming more mainstream. And there was this talk all summer long. Let me get a sip. All summer. I did a few videos on it myself. That nomad life is being outlawed. You're going to get arrested. It's just not the case. It really isn't. There's more and more people moving into their vehicles because they have to or because they want to. They want to save money. Maybe something's going on in their life. Maybe they want to start a business and they need to save money. So what they're going to do is they're going to live in their vehicle, whether it's a Class B or a minivan, but they're going to do it for a couple years. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people in California, young professionals, that don't want all that expense. They don't want all that responsibility of having a place. They're young professionals. They're getting started with really nice careers. And they're living in like ProMaster high tops with a closet that they can hang up their clothes, for work. They sleep in their vans and they get up and they go to work. So it's pretty mainstream now. Well, let me know what you think about that, and all of you, let me know what you think about it. Let's hear your opinions. Would you rather have a Class B, or would you rather have like a Toyota Sienna hybrid? Yeah. So, and please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. We got the book, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Lee way. And it talks about, there is a chapter that talks about the different RVs and different vehicles that people use for van life. So it's all there. And getting your mail and your pets. You talked about having a pet. So I highly recommend getting the book if you haven't already, Marissa. But I will see you this afternoon, okay? I love you guys. You guys go out and have a really good day. Good things are coming your way. And look up. Prophecy is being fulfilled as we sit here listening to this, okay? I love you guys. Bye.